Alright, this video is to give you some additional help with making measurements from graduated scales. This first problem, or any of these problems, the first thing I'd like for you to do is to just understand what the range is that you're looking at and what the major and minor tick marks are. So in this case, we're looking at a graduated scale between 0 and 1, and there are 10 small tick marks in between. So each small tick mark must be 0.1, and if this was a graduated cylinder, then it would be milliliters, or if it was a triple beam balance, then it would be grams. From here we don't really know, so we're just going to write 0.1 is the smallest tick marks, and that would be like between here and here, here and here. And the way you can check yourself is you can count incrementally up from one major tick mark to the next. For example, this is 0, and this would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1. And that works out. So if our smallest tick marks are 0.1, then the precision of this scale, we would say, is half of that, and half of 0.1 is 0.05. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and make this measurement then. If we know that each tick mark is 0.1, then this arrow is between the 0.8 and the 0.9. And we really can't tell how far it is between, so we just have to guess. But we know it's at least 0.8, and we're going to guess that it is, say, halfway in between, and it's 0.85 plus or minus 0.05. Okay, this one, the 0.8, we knew for certain because we could see that one there, and this 5 we had to guess at. Okay, so let me do the second one on version 3. Here, the major tick marks are between 11 and 12, so we'd expect our measurement to be between 11 and 12. And looking at these tick marks, so there's a difference of 1 between 11 and 12, and there's 10 tick marks in between. So then there must the smallest tick marks on this scale must also be 0.1. Okay? And we can check ourselves: 11, 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.6, 11.7, 11.8, 11.9, 12. Yeah, so that works out. So the arrow is between 11.7 and 11.8. So we know it's definitely more than 11.7, and we have to guess how much it is in between, because there's no tick marks there. And so it looks like it's halfway between those two tick marks, halfway between 11.7 and 11.8. So it'd be 11.75. Now again, the precision is half of the smallest tick mark, so the precision of this scale is also 0.05. Okay. This one is going to be a little trickier because we don't have 10 marks in between our major tick marks. We got 5. So we're going to have to make sure we know what this is. So we're going between 10 and we're going to be between 10 and 20, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tick marks in between. So if this is a little hard for you, I gave you a strategy, and I said find the difference between the two measures. So 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. And then divide that by the number of tick marks in between, which is 5. So 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2. So each minor tick mark on this scale is worth 2. So let's check ourselves and see if we're right. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, that works out. So our arrow is between, 12, 14, 16, is between 16 and 18. So what's between 16 and 18? It's got to be 17, right? Plus or minus, if each tick mark is 2, then our precision is 1. So the answer to this one, this reading, is 17 plus or minus 1. Okay. So this was version 1 of the quiz, and I'm going to do the fourth problem. Here, it looks like we also have a scale where we only have 5 tick marks in between. This one might be a little bit easier because there's only a difference of 1 in the major ticks. So 1 divided by 5 is equal to 0.2. So each minor tick mark is worth 0.2. Let's check ourselves. 14.0, 14.2, 14.4, 14.6, 14.8, 15. Yeah, that looks right. So the arrow is pointing now between 14.8 and 15.0. What would be between 14.8 and 15.0? Well, I would call that 14.9. And the precision now is half of the smallest tick mark, and the smallest tick mark is 0.2, then the precision is plus or minus 0.1. All right. This last one is going to be a challenge because the precision of this scale is pretty fine, and I'm going to leave you to do that for yourselves.